Hi, I'm Kyle Davey. I'm the head trainer at the Battle Creek Courthouse. I'm the same guy that wrote the warm-ups you guys are doing. And these are your conditionings. All right, so let's get into the video. All right, so the first one I just call zigzag sprints. You'll set up 6 cones that are 5 yards apart from each other at roughly a 45-degree angle. So you take 5 or 6 big steps, put a cone down, 45 degrees. And then from there, your athletes are going to sprint to each cone and cut at each one towards the next one. So I envision this with the athletes keeping their chest forward, probably similar to how volleyball players want to be as they're approaching the ball, keeping their chest towards the net. I'd also recommend having them cut on the insides of the cones as opposed to going around the outside. So I'm sprinting forward, cutting. That's the zigzag sprint. Okay, the lateral hurdles to a 10-meter sprint is next. So you'll set up your hurdles about 1.5 feet apart. Athletes will stand facing forward with the hurdles next to them, and I'm shuffling over the 3 hurdles with only each foot in the hole only one time. Then when I get to the end, I'm planting that outside foot and I'm sprinting forward for 10 meters. So your girls will do this 5 or 6 times in each direction. So shuttle, shuttle, sprint 5 or 6 times, and then you switch it, shuttle, shuttle, sprint, forward, and do that 5 or 6 times. All right? Lateral, shuffle, sprint. Okay, the full court shuttle, I think sometimes these get called suicides. You'll start at the baseline. Girls will sprint to the free throw line. They'll touch the ground, turn around, sprint back to the baseline, touch the ground again, go to half court, touch the ground, come back, and then go all the way full court, touch the ground, turn around and come back, all right? That's the full court shuttle. We could find a wall for peace. All right, the last one is the 5-10-5 shuttle, sometimes called the pro agility shuttle. Set up 2 cones that are 10 yards apart from each other, and then put one right in the center, so 5 yards from each of them. From there, the athletes will start in the center cone. They will turn and sprint 5 yards to either cone, doesn't matter which direction they're going. Touch the ground, turn around, sprint all the way to the far cone, so 10 yards. Touch the ground, and then they'll turn around and sprint back through the middle cone, so 5 yards. So it's 5-yard sprint, turn, 10-yard sprint, touch the ground, turn, and sprint 5 yards through the center cone. They'll do this 5 or 6 times in each direction. So starting to the right 5 or 6 times, starting to the left 5 or 6 times. 5-10-5 shuttle.